Hey, let's talk about a game changer for anyone chasing success in business. It's not some shiny new app or a viral marketing hack. It's simple, timeless, and sitting right on your shelf. Or it should be. It's reading books. Yeah, I know, sounds old school, but hear me out. Reading isn't just flipping pages. It's your ticket to learning from the greatest minds in history, no matter where you are or when you live. Want to know how legends like Steve Jobs built empires? Or how marketing gurus like Seth Godin craft messages that stick? You don't need to book a flight to meet them. They're wisdoms in books, waiting for you to crack open. But here's the deal. If you're not reading, you're falling behind. The business world moves fast. New strategies, new tech, new competition. Without books, you're stuck learning only from what's around you. Your coworkers, your boss, your small corner of the world. That's like trying to win a race with one leg tied up. Reading lets you leap across time and space. You can study how Toyota revolutionized manufacturing or how Amazon dominates e-commerce, all from your couch. Books are your shortcut to the big leagues, but only if you do it right. Today, I'm sharing 7 steps to master reading for business growth. These aren't random tips. They're battle-tested, straight from my own journey. I've used these steps to transform how I learn, and they've helped me stay sharp in a cutthroat world. Every step's been road-tested, because I don't share what I haven't lived. But before we dive in, let me tell you about this channel. This is ThriveBit by Andy, your go-to YouTube podcast for psychology-backed strategies to level up your career and mindset. Every week, we drop episodes packed with practical tips. Think nailing client pitches, boosting confidence, or outsmarting the competition. Want to grow? One bit at a time? Watch ThriveBit on YouTube and let's thrive together. Now, let's unlock the power of books. Step 1. Know what you need. First things first. Before you even touch a book, figure out what you need to learn. Randomly grabbing bestsellers at the bookstore? That's a recipe for a dusty shelf. You've got to be intentional. Ask yourself, what's holding me back in my business? Or what do I love doing that I want to master? But what if you're not sure what you love? That's where option 2 kicks in. Focus on your weakest skill, the one that's critical to your growth. Maybe you're terrible at public speaking, and it's killing your pitches. Or your time management's a mess, and you're always behind. Pick a book that tackles that gap. I once struggled with delegation, kept micromanaging everything. So I grabbed The 1-Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard. It was a wake-up call, showing me how to trust my team and free up my time. The key? Be honest with yourself. What's your biggest blind spot? What skill, if you nailed it, would skyrocket your career? That's your starting point. Don't just chase trendy titles. Choose books that solve your problems or fuel your fire. Take a moment, reflect, and write down one area you want to improve. That's your guide for the next step. Step 2. Pick the right books. Now that you know what you need, it's time to find the perfect book. Don't just stroll into a bookstore and grab the shiniest cover. You need quality, not hype. Start by heading online. Sites like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or bookshop.org are gold mines. Let's say you're working on communication skills. Type business communication into the search bar and see what pops up. Here's the trick. Filter for books with at least 4-star ratings and a solid number of reviews, like 50 or more. Why? Because you want books that real people have vetted. A 4.5-star book with 200 reviews, like Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, is a safer bet than a 5-star book with 3 reviews. Check the description to make sure it fits your needs. Does it cover practical skills, like handling tough talks, or is it too theoretical? Skim a few reviews for red flags, like too academic or no real examples. If you're browsing in person, flip through the table of contents. Does it speak to your goals? For example, I needed help with team motivation, so I picked up Drive by Daniel Pink. The chapters on intrinsic motivation hooked me right away. If a book's out of stock online, try used bookstores or sites like Thrift Books. Pro tip: search the book's title on a price comparison site like bookfinder.com to snag the best deal. Don't overthink it. Just aim for proven, relevant books. You're not collecting trophies, you're building a toolbox. Pick 1 or 2 titles, order them, and get ready to dive in. Step 3. Skim smart. You've got your book. Now what? Don't just dive in from page 1. That's a fast track to boredom or overwhelm. Instead, treat the book like a treasure map. I call this skimming smart. Open the table of contents and hunt for the chapters that scream, "This is what I need." Imagine you're reading a book on leadership, but your biggest issue is motivating your team. Skip the intro for now and jump to the chapter on team engagement. It's like using a dictionary. You don't read it cover to cover, you go straight to the word you need. When I read Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek, I was struggling with team trust. So I zeroed in on the chapter about building a circle of safety. It gave me instant takeaways, like small gestures to show my team I had their back, like checking in personally before big projects. Mark the chapters that feel urgent or exciting with a pen or sticky note. Read those first. Don't worry about ruining the book. Make it yours. This step's about getting quick wins, building momentum, and hooking yourself on the book's value. You'll come back to the rest later, but start where it hits home. Try this. Grab a book you own, check the table of contents, and pick 1 chapter to read tonight. Step 4. Recall and retain. This step's where the magic happens. After reading your priority chapters, don't just move on. Close the book and ask yourself, what did I just learn? This is called recall, and it's the difference between forgetting everything and actually retaining what matters. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes to think. Jot down the key ideas or say them out loud. For example, after reading a chapter on negotiation from Getting to Yes by Roger Fisher, I recalled 3 principles. Separate people from the problem, focus on interests, and generate options. Writing them down cemented them in my brain. Without this step, you'll lose 90% of what you read within days. It's science. Your brain needs to process to retain. Recall isn't just memory. It's building a foundation. Those key ideas become your anchor for the rest of the book. When I recalled tips from Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, like avoiding snap judgments, it helped me understand later chapters on decision-making. Try it. After your next reading session, close the book, grab a notebook, and write 3 things you learned. It's like lifting weights for your brain. Push, and you'll grow. Step 5. Read it all. Now that you've got a foundation from skimming and recalling, it's time to read the whole book. Start from the beginning and go slow. This isn't a race. Enjoy the ride. Underline passages that hit home, scribble notes in the margins, and don't be afraid to argue with the author. Books aren't gospel, they're a conversation. When I read Atomic Habits by James Clear, I didn't buy every tip. One section suggested stacking habits, like pairing a new habit with an existing one. I tried it, didn't work for my chaotic schedule. So I wrote in the margin, "Not for me, too rigid. Try cue-based habits instead." That kind of dialogue makes the book yours. If something's confusing, jot down, "Revisit this later." I did this with The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, marked a section on pivoting for a second read, which clarified my approach to launching projects. Use a pen, not a pencil. Commit to your thoughts. Reading fully means absorbing the author's whole vision, not just cherry-picking. It's like eating a full meal, not just the dessert. Take your time, let the ideas sink in, and make the book a partner in your growth. Step 6. Reread for mastery. Don't stop after one read. The best books deserve a second round. Rereading isn't about memorizing. It's about deepening your understanding. You're not the same person you were during the first read. You've got context now, and those underlined notes and questions you wrote, they'll spark new insights. When I reread The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, I caught details I missed the first time, like the importance of systems over talent. My notes from the first read, things like automate hiring process, guided me to practical changes, like streamlining onboarding. Rereading cemented those ideas and made them second nature. Another time, rereading Influence by Robert Cialdini helped me spot persuasion tactics in real-world deals, which I'd glossed over initially. Go through the entire book again, cover to cover. Pay attention to your old highlights and add new ones. This time, you're not just learning, you're mastering. It's like watching a great movie twice. You notice layers you didn't see before. This step turns good ideas into instincts you can rely on. Step 7. Take action. Here's the deal. All the reading in the world means nothing if you don't act. Books aren't trophies, they're tools. After finishing your read and reread, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do right now to apply this? Pick something concrete, even if it's small. Action turns knowledge into results. When I read Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh, the Zappos founder, I was blown away by his focus on employee joy. One chapter talked about reducing stress to boost creativity. I looked at my team and saw they were overworked. So, I took action. Cut their hours slightly and bumped their pay by 5%. The result? Happier people, better ideas, and a stronger business. That one change came from one chapter. Another example. I read The Blue Zones about longevity and health. It emphasized eating more plants to stay energized. The next day, I hit the grocery store, loaded up on veggies, and revamped my diet. Months later, I had more focus and stamina for work. Small action, big impact. Don't be a bookworm who just collects knowledge. Reading without doing is like cooking a gourmet meal and never eating it. Pick one idea, maybe a new sales tactic, a leadership habit, or a productivity hack, and put it to work. Start small, but start now. That's how you make books your secret weapon. Let's wrap this up. Reading books isn't just a hobby. It's your secret weapon to crush it in business. It lets you learn from the best, no matter where or when they lived. But reading alone won't cut it. You've got to do it right. Know what you need, pick quality books, skim smart, recall actively, read fully, reread for mastery, and most importantly, take action. Every failure, every win, every breakthrough in your career starts with knowledge. Books give you that knowledge, but only if you use them. Don't let them gather dust. Open one today, follow these 7 steps, and watch how your mindset, skills, and results transform. Keep failing, keep learning, keep growing. That's how you thrive, one bit at a time. Thrive on.